This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network.
Hi, I'm Gearoid Farrelly.
And I'm Niamh Kavanagh.
And you're listening to Agony Rants.
Highly commended.
Welcome, listener. Welcome to Agony Rants, the show where a comedian and a Eurovision winner put the world to rights.
Yeah.
Fix your life, heal your relationships, reconnect you with those you've lost, unless they're dead. Nothing we can do.
No, we're not mediums.
We're not mediums.
Well, you might be a medium. Actually, you look more like a small these days.
How are you, my dear?
Well, I'm okay. I'm just over my dose. You know, the way you kind of threw me under the bus on that one there.
Yeah, the dose that Niamh had a dose. It was a bad dose.
It was a bad dose.
And she spread it far and wide.
Now, I just will say for the record, we were around a lot of people. And it is very, very possible you could have got that dose from anybody else.
Anybody. No, but
you literally threw the person you loves you most under the bus.
I did indeed, Niamh. However, I will say you were the only one spluttering and coughing.
I know, but...
And we did hug about 15 times because...
We did.
Well, when I say hug, you had me in a headlock because I was so annoyed at the podcast awards.
I was trying to hold you back. Hold you back from...
Had to be held back, Niamh.
We didn't even get a certificate. I really want a certificate.
We were just talking about that. We didn't get a certificate for being highly commended.
I know. I mean, if you're partake of a talent show in the local place, you get a medal for joining in.
I know.
We didn't even get a certificate.
Like if you do the women's mini marathon, you get a medal.
Yeah.
My boyfriend did the Santa Dash. Have you seen the Santa Dash?
No.
It's a 5K race where everybody that registers gets a Santa suit and a beard, and then you do the run in like dressed as Santa Claus. And you do 5 kilometers dressed as Santa Claus, and then you get a medal, which is like a big dangly Santa. Now, when I saw him on Saturday morning, like I was in bed and he was getting changed into this Santa suit to go out and run a 5K race, I thought this is the very definition of the mental health crisis. I am having no part of this.
For those of you who don't live in Ireland, Santa is actually Santa
Claus, Father Christmas.
You know, we all call him Santy. I'm not really sure why.
I don't know why we call him Santa.
Now, I do have a little question though.
Go on.
Was it high quality cotton, this Santa suit?
I never saw it.
Okay.
I saw it. I heard the rustle of it being put on.
The rustle.
And I saw it and it was like, okay, say nothing.
Did you get him to keep it?
He put up with the dungarees. I'll put up with the Santa suit.
You must make quite a pair.
We make allowances in relationships.
You look
That's
like
what you do.
Bosco when Santa visits.
Yeah, it was a bit weird now. It was a bit weird. But I just can't imagine. I mean, I did once when I was a kid. I remember I was in the Scouts, right?
Oh, okay.
And, I was in the Cub Scouts. And at the time, Brendan O'Carroll, who was...
I remember Brendan O'Carroll.
He's Mrs. Brown's boy.
Yes, yeah, he was.
He was a stand-up comedian.
He was.
And he was running for Lord Mayor of Funless.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's about the time I met him, actually.
Very glamorous. And as part of his campaign to be Lord Mayor of Funless, he had to raise £10,000 for charity.
Oh, okay. So to prove that he was worthy of it.
To prove he was worthy of the job, he had to bring 10 grand to the table. And one of the ways that he did that, it was for charity. He organised this fun run, right?
Okay.
For the Scouts. And it was like a 10K. Like,
wow.
So 6.5 miles.
What's fun about 10K?
It's not a lot of fun. And we were leaving, it was a Sunday afternoon, and we were leaving the house to go and do this fun run. And my mother looked at the sponsorship card and said, "Gearoid, this is a fun run. It's not, I just thought it was a run." I was like, what does that mean? And she said, "It's a fun run. You're supposed to dress up." And I was like, "No, I'm pretty sure, no." Nobody mentioned anything about dressing up.
Come on, did you dress up as your man?
So my mum brought me upstairs. She put me in one of her maternity dresses.
Oh, amazing.
She gave me a feather duster. She put like rollers on my head. I looked deranged and I had boobs
Gearoid.
made of a scatter cushion.
Gearoid,
right?
Do you know what this is? You created Mrs. Brown from.
I think that's what it is. But I arrived at the Scouts and I was the only one dressed up.
Oh.
Being the only one dressed up
is hard.
It's infinitely worse than being the only one not dressed up.
I know. I think if there was a sin, that I'd rather the second than the first.
Absolutely. Error on the side of caution, please. But I still had to do like 10K dressed as I don't know what.
I bet you carried those scatter cushions the whole way.
I didn't. I lost my boobs out the back of the airport.
Your mother's raging about those scatter cushions even now today.
Our asymmetrical couch was a reminder to us all to be very clear before you dress a child up.
I know. Well, currently, I'm catching up because obviously I have a bit of time off. I had a wonderful time in Cologne. I was in Mill Street. I finished kind of in Mill Street, going back to the scene of the crime 30 years later.
Where you won.
So we did a brilliant time and lovely, but now I'm into my time off before Christmas. I'm really loving it, right? Because I've slept for most of it, to be honest with you. But recently I've been catching up on my shows, and I've been watching Strictly Come Dancing. Have you been watching Strictly?
No, I don't watch Strictly.
Oh,
I watched a bit of it the year Louise was in it because I love Louise.
There's a shocker. I was doing the Strictly Come Dancing, watching it with my friend, and she said, we're watching Texas. You remember Texas, right?
I love Texas.
I love Texas too. And she's singing great and everything. And I hadn't seen her. She's singing one of our old hits. And
what was the song?
Now, I've forgotten what the name of the song is. I could sing along with it.
Niamh's very light on detail. Very light on detail.
Have I said I've been doing a lot of sleeping? So anyway, we were watching it away. And the next thing she says, why is she worried about losing her pension? Right? And I went, what? She says, why is she worried about losing her pension? And I'm going, what are you talking about? I said, she's not that old, is she, Shirley? And I was trying to Google to see how old she was. And she says, she's singing If I Lose My Pension. But what actually she sings in this song is If I Lose My Patience. I love a misheard lyric. Do you love misheard lyric?
My mother was the queen of the
Oh, was she?
Oh my God. She never got a lyric right in her life.
Oh, I love it.
She even sings it along with Alexa now. What were the songs? Oh my God. You know that song, it's a horrific song actually.
Okay.
Torn Between Two Lovers.
Torn between two lovers. No, most of the people out there are not old enough to remember that song, surely.
That was the one. She used to sing that one, and she used to sing. There was all of these songs as well about relationships where, I love this woman so much, and then she died.
Have you ever heard the one, right?
Rocky.
Rocky?
Yeah, there was a song called Rocky. I can't remember who sang it. Rocky, I've never been in love before.
Oh my God.
Don't know if I can do it.
It sounds like it could be a share of meatloaf.
But dead.
Dead.
She's dead at the end of it.
Or Seasons in the Sun. Do you remember Seasons in the Sun? They definitely died in that
They died at the end of that. There was another song she used to sing called Honey by Bobby Goldsboro.
Oh, yeah.
And honey, I miss you. I was like,
oh my God.
There's another one dead.
There's a lot of dead people.
Basically, music at that time was like the Netflix crime series of men. It's basically women just dying left, right and centre. And it was all just, consuming it. That song, Honey, was the most depressing song.
No, it is.
And I'd say she played it about twice a day.
I know. There's loads of them like that, I have to say, from that time. But my favourite misheard lyric is another friend of mine who used to sing, Wichita Lineman.
Oh, yeah.
She sang with great conviction for many years, and a witch is all I am. So, do you know what I mean? It's just, people get this notion in their head what a lyric is. And I do
that, but I can't think of any. Now, every time I sing a lyric that I'm like, now that's a bit dodge. I always Google it, and 99% of the time I'm wrong. I'm almost always wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, but apart from that, everything's good. I'm just enjoying catching up with my shows and the fact that my son won the Bake Off. It wasn't actually my son, but it looks very like him.
It's a jack-alike. Now, I have to say, I did see the man, and it did pop into my head. I was like, he's a look now of Niamh's child.
He does. The only thing is, it was pre-mustache and mullet that he has at the moment, but basically the same boy. And there was a period of time where he wasn't kind of around the house. And when the actual promo shot came up, I said, maybe that's where he's been all this time. He hasn't been able to tell me. How proud would I be that he won the Bake Off?
But apparently, even if you are in the Bake Off, you have to keep it very secret.
Oh, that happened to me on MasterChef.
Oh, that's right.
Because we did it in September and I got the award. And then they didn't release it for another 3 or 4 months because for some reason it was supposed to go on in the autumn schedule and then didn't go into the spring. And I put it in a box away and I couldn't tell anybody, not even my family, right? They kind of knew I was in the final because I was still in Dublin.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
So they kind of knew I was far into it, but they didn't know I'd won it. I didn't tell anybody. And then my husband was like, did you win that? And I said, yeah, I did. And he was like, oh my gosh. And I actually watched it with my family when we won. But you
didn't tell them you'd won?
No, I didn't tell them.
Oh my God.
I could spy for this
They
government.
do take that. They take that stuff really seriously. I remember
no, they do.
I was doing. Do you remember they did The Apprentice in Ireland?
Did you do it?
No, I did. They used to do this after show.
Oh, yeah.
Where it would be like they go on and they talk about the show. And I remember the episode that I was recording for, it was already made. And this, like a solicitor came to my house with an NDA.
Oh, yeah.
I had to sign it and then she gave me the DVD to watch.
Oh, it's very serious.
It was very serious. And when our friend, like my partner's friend Niamh, she was in the Bake Off and she got to the final when they did the Irish Bake Off.
Oh, right, okay.
But they all kind of suspected, they hadn't told... She hadn't told anyone she was in the Bake Off.
No.
But she was just baking a lot.
Okay.
And she was baking like really elaborate stuff. And they were like, are you coming out this weekend, Emer? And she was like, no, I think I'm just going to stay in and bake a wedding cake twice.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is really hard to keep it on the down low because I was like cooking up like mad. To be fair, most of the time I was in Dunleary staying in this like Airbnb. but when I went home between the semi-final and the final, and I hadn't decided because I didn't think I was going to get that far, and I ended up having to think about what I was going to cook in a day because I had to submit my recipes really fast.
Oh God.
And honestly, I don't know if you've ever had to make those decisions. It's worse than when your parents say they're coming over lastminute.com and you're trying to figure out what to cook for them.
I know.
You know, but honestly, like I didn't cook for about 3 weeks after I came back from it.
You see, it's very intense. I don't think I'll be able for that because when I get stressed about something, I freeze up.
Yeah.
You know, like, and as soon as I think I would just make too many mistakes. As soon as I get nervous, I just panic.
That's why we're going to do Dancing with the Stars together if we ever do it.
I would rather die.
If we ever do it.
I would rather die than do Dancing with the Stars. I would rather be hit in the head with a hammer.
You never say never, Gearoid.
No, not for me. Not the dancing.
No, well, to be fair, we know how good I am at that.
You'd be great, Niamh.
No, stop now.
I think you'd be doing backflips and all by the end of it.
No. In this cardigan, I don't think so.
You'd be throwing yourself into the caterpillar. Niamh.
Gearoid.
I am doing the last leg of my Glamour Hammer tour in early 2024 and then it's done. I'm on the hard sell. If you need a Christmas present for somebody in your life that you adore,
and absolutely,
or somebody that you despise,
you will have the best night.
You will have the best night. I will be in London, Southampton, Vicar Street, Longford, Navan, Mullingar, Kilmallock, Carrick-on-Shannon, Dunleary, Mayo, Cahir, Nina, Portmarnock, Strabane, and Tallaght. I think there's a few more. There's 20, and I think there's maybe 16 are on sale now.
Okay.
But if you go to the link on my Instagram bio, they'll all be there.
Right.
I'd love to see it. And then Glamour Hammer is dead.
Dead in the water.
Done.
It was amazing.
Blow it out of the sky.
What a ride it was, though.
What a ride it's been.
I know.
But yeah, come see me. We'd love to see you. And if you are there and you want to say hello, just ask them to get me. I don't walk through.
No,
I don't walk through.
He really doesn't.
Don't walk through.
Me? I'm there for 2 hours afterwards.
Niamh walks through. Niamh proud surfs.
I do.
Niamh, we need to tell these people that we are a member of the Head Stuff Podcast Network.
As if they don't already know.
It's a collective of curious and creative people.
There is quite a collective.
And we want to tell you that if you subscribe to Head Stuff Plus, you will get an ad-free version of this podcast.
Yes.
You will get bonus episodes.
Yes, because we do our very special episodes that only people who subscribe get.
Yeah, vintage rants.
Yes.
It's my favourite part of the Agony Rants canon. I adore it.
I know, because it's most recent, to be fair. He gets
it's
bored easy.
It's really good fun.
It is
really good fun. Also, you will get bonus content not only from us, but from all of the shows on the Head Stuff Podcast Network, including the show that we are promoting today, which is a new show.
Yes, it is. It's
Young
about
Hot Guys.
Young Hot Guys, my favourite thing.
It is a new comedy podcast that comes out the same day as us. Furious!
They come out the same day?
Yeah, it comes out Monday. It is hosted by Killian Sunderman, Tony Cantwell, and Shane Daniel Byrne.
Amazing.
They're very funny boys.
They are super funny.
And it upsets me.
No, it doesn't.
It does. It upsets me. They're very funny.
You're only upset because
we're not the darlings of the network anymore.
You wanted to be the young hot guy.
They're very funny boys.
You're very funny.
And don't just take our word for it. Here's a little clip.
Hi, sorry. Oh God, I didn't mean to interrupt your podcast. Yes. Sorry, I'm young. Yes, I'm hot and I'm gay and we're young hot guys. Yes, yeah. Really apologise for interrupting, but we have our own podcast.
Yes, it's also on the Head Stuff Podcast Network. Sorry for interrupting, but it's really good. And
I didn't want to say this, but it's actually really, really, really good.
funny.
Really funny. My mum says so.
We are three guys, but we're not real blokey. Do you know what I mean? We're soft and friendly and nice.
Yeah.
Like this timid request to ask you to listen to our podcast. Exactly. We're not going to bash you over the head.
No.
We're approachable men.
Yeah.
So listen, when you're finished this one, don't, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's a good part coming up.
But if you don't, we will bash you over the head. I know people. Anyway, enjoy the podcast.
No threat.
Niamh, we have a follow-up.
Oh, yes.
We have a follow-up.
We
Now,
do.
this follow-up is from Helen, right? Follow-up
Okay.
2 there.
Yeah.
Now, Helen wrote into us before because she was having a problem. It was like she wrote a very elaborate email about how she was having a problem subscribing to Head Stuff Plus.
Oh, yes.
She's got there.
Excellent.
She's a subscriber. We're rinsing her for our $5 every month.
We love you, Helen.
We
I
love
hope
you.
you, I
Well
hope you
done.
got your do not disturb sign.
No, she didn't because they're going out tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And the merch has gone out. There was a delay on the mugs being shipped to us.
Oh, my God. People have been sending me photographs of them sitting.
Yeah, we've been getting mug photographs. It's
mugged.
very cute.
We're getting mugged.
We're getting mugged.
I've never been so happy to be
There's a
mugged.
couple of them downstairs. They're actually very nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Apparently
There might be
I
one
think
less when I'm
the
going
luxury
today.
ones I think are sold out.
Wow.
I think so, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that check. Anyway,
Nice.
we'll get at least 4 pence out of each
Yeah, we
one.
will. Yeah, we should remind everybody, if you want to get your Agony Rants merch, order it now.
Yes, do.
The
it's
other thing
limited.
that we should say, actually, we're taking 2 weeks off because enough is enough.
Well, technically, we're going to lash out a bonus bin
We're going to put some vintage rants. There'll be a vintage rants each week we're off.
on Christmas Day and New Year, but we're going to take a little rest there.
Yeah, we need to take 2 weeks off.
To
'cause
breathe
enough is
off.
enough. I'm sick
Yeah,
of
I mean,
it
we're
at this
both-
point, and I've had enough.
Well,
enough is
Good
enough
road. We've
now.
been fabulous
Done.
for a full
Game
year.
over. Thank you very much. Resignation.
We're highly commended.
We were highly commended by the Gin Awards.
We're going to lie. We're going to lie back on our highly commended laurels.
Yeah, we're taking 2 weeks off, and we're not going to do one of the compilations.
No.
Because people get very annoyed.
Yeah.
And we actually have had people email and say, I've listened to every single episode except the compilations because I don't do compilations. Well, we're not getting one. You're not getting one. So what we're going to do is we might throw in maybe one of them weeks we might throw in a vintage rants or something.
Yeah, and maybe just take a break.
And maybe what we might do is we might put in we did a Christmas special last year,
Yeah, we did.
and we could put that into the free feed maybe just so people have something to listen to.
Yeah, sounds
But
like a plan.
Either way, we're taking 2 weeks off
We are.
because we're exhausted.
And, Gro doesn't want to look at me anymore.
This is from Helen, and I do like Helen.
I love Helen.
She's a lovely turn of phrase.
Okay.
Hello again, my lovelies. I type this as I sit in a little car park before I go in and buy food for that child of mine who continues to insist that regular meals are a human right. I'm shopping in that German supermarket of great discount in order to afford my subscription to Head Stuff Plus that I've just paid. Now listen.
In capitals.
Yeah, less of your passive aggression, please. I was absolutely savouring the last podcast available to me before having to wait for a whole week to hear the next episode, and lo and behold, I heard my problem being read out. Admittedly, I now feel like a right tit because despite searching the website, I never noticed the join button.
Oh, well.
I even attempted to click the subscribe button on Spotify, but I got page not found. Now, we're not tech support, Helen. Don't worry, I reported it, so it's probably fixed now.
Thanks, Helen.
Gearoid, they say every day is a learning day, and I'm glad I facilitated your learning the correct pronunciation of albeit. Oh, good God. I'm burning with shame when I read that. I love words in all shapes and forms, but my all-time favourite has to be... What? Okay. I love words in all shapes and forms, but my all-favourite has to be hippopotamonstros equipedaliophobia. I'm attaching a handy recording of the pronunciation to save you Googling it.
It
Okay, and
means
she
a
did.
fear of long words.
Very long words. And she did actually send us...
Did she?
She did. She actually sent us an audio recording of how to say it,
Wow.
which I'm going to play now.
Excellent.
Because that's the sort
Is
of
it
madness
her?
we love. It is her.
Love
Here we
it.
go. Hold on.
Hippopotamonstros squipedaliophobia.
That's gorgeous. She could be on this podcast.
She could be Anne. She's like Anne Doyle.
She is.
Yeah. Honeyed voice. That's what she has. Bloody ironic when you think about it. I have a fear of long words, which is a recognised phobia, but I can't tell you the word for it because it scares me. Thanks again for all the laughs, and I look forward to listening guilt-free. And now I have all the bonus material to look forward to. Keep it coming with the giggles and the glee. Helen.
Helen, we love
That's a
Helen.
lovely follow-up. It's
I
not really a
actually-
follow-up about anything, really.
Yeah, Yes, it is.
But I like a little update.
Yeah, and do you know what's really nice about it? It's a little learning moment.
It's a little learning moment because we can now say hippopotamonstrous equipedaliophobia.
Funny enough, you can't.
That's funny enough, I can.
Just play her recording.
Niamh.
We have a problem. Actually, we have quite a few problems.
We've got a few problems in, actually, yeah.
And some of them are relating to the trepidation of approaching Christmas.
I know.
So this first problem is kind of a common problem, and actually I kind of identify a little bit with. Now, not because I spend my whole time with people who drink, but, because of the situation. I'm going to read the problem and then we'll talk about it. So, dear Niamh and Gearoid, love the pod obs, and I'm sending this in the hope that you will be able to solve a problem for me. I've been seeing a guy now for a while, and we really are a great match. We have a great time together, we are aligned in so many aspects of our lives, and we have both admitted that we have fallen in love, and it's a very nice place to be.
Aww.
This is where we fall off the cliff now, isn't it?
Yeah, this is where it gets... dun, dun, dun.
This is like your mother's songs, isn't it? Like, this is where
yeah, this is exactly
the protagonist dies.
Wow, what way does that go? The where he realizes she's dead. Then one night the angels came. Is that it?
See, before the next episode, I want you to learn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will.
We'll learn it. Okay, so although Seasons in the Sun is goodbye, my friend, it's hard to die.
Why?
What? There's a lyric.
At what point are you in the studio writing a song? Go. Next verse. Goodbye, my friend. It's
anyway, this is
I
getting
wonder
off
if the other people just go, what? Are you serious?
This is
We're supposed to do this on top of the pops.
This is not helpful to Stephen. Come
okay,
on,
Stephen, we'll help you.
Okay, so, however, there is one problem. He drinks a lot. I don't drink that much, and when it is just the two of us, it's fine. We tend to match each other drink for drink, and it's fine. But when he is with his friends or family, he tends to get hammered. Then he is dying in bed for about 3 days. I don't know how to address it with him. Christmas is coming, and I expect there will be quite a lot of this. What do you think I should do? I'm worried about raising it with him. Stephen. Well, what do you think?
This is kind of a hard one.
Yeah.
And it's one that I kind of recognise because...
We were at the podcast awards and you were trying to outdrink me in that one.
Yeah, I got 3 drinks.
I know, it's very bad.
I was still dying the next day.
I
was in absolute ribbons. But I would, in my friend group, I would tend to drink a lot less than anyone else.
I think that comes because we usually have to drive home from places.
Yeah, and also it's because, like, I guess my Fridays and Saturday nights, I don't go out as much as my friends.
No, we don't. We don't
when you work.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I would get drunk, like with my friends. But I would probably get drunk a lot quicker than they would.
You're a cheap date.
I am a very cheap date. Oh God, Niamh, I went over to one of my friends on Friday night and he was just pouring the wine and it was...
How long did it take you to get over that?
I think I'm still getting over it.
Oh my gosh.
God almighty. Anyway, people's tolerances are very different.
Yes, they
right?
are.
And sometimes what can happen is you can end up the person in a friend group or in a family situation who is the lightweight.
Yeah.
And you match the people around you drink for drink and it absolutely destroys you.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't think that it's necessarily indicative of a addiction problem.
Yeah.
But
Which is a different thing. Yeah.
But again, it is a problem. Like, I mean, if you are with somebody and for 3 or 4 days of the week they can't speak,
sometimes
it's not great.
Sometimes I'm quite keen on that concept.
Absolutely, depends on the person.
Well, I get totally what you're saying. And actually, to be fair, you're right. He might just be a lightweight and probably suffering a bit from it.
Yeah.
And we're talking about your partner, Stephen, not you, right? But here's the thing. As someone who generally is a non-drinker, right? It's not that I'm anti-drink. I will have an odd drink. But I can't remember the last drink I had. It could have been 8 or 10 years ago, right? As such. Although I think actually recently somebody handed me a Jägermeister on stage and I just drank it. I went, oh my God. But I'm not a big drinker. Anyway, so this is a whole other thing. The funny thing about it is I often, from my whole career, I have found myself in this situation where I'm around people who drink more than I do. And they're highly suspicious of people who don't drink, first of all.
Yeah.
First of all. Second of all, I will dance on the tables with you till about 2 a.m, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there is a point where you can't go where somebody else goes when they're hammered.
Yeah.
And that's the time when you should leave. That's the end of that conversation.
That is that's the thing. If everybody is hammered and you're not,
you need to leave.
That's hard.
You need to leave.
Once it gets, you know, once it hits that tipping point, there's no point in you being there. Because what's going to happen is you're going to annoy them, they're going to annoy you.
Well, usually what I say at that point is the taxi's leaving, anybody wants to be in it, get in it. I'll bring you home, which makes me the favourite date at that point.
Yeah.
But you know, and because you can't go where they go, and you will be hurt by what you may or may not be hurt, but it's not fun when it gets to that point. But I will say this, right? There's a thing in this that I'm always worried about when I see somebody say it. I'm afraid to bring this up. I don't know how to bring this up. You need to be able to say whatever you like to someone, not hurtful, but you should be able to say, I'm not feeling comfortable with how drunk you're getting, or is there any chance we could maybe just watch that a little bit, or I might need to leave before you. That's how I would approach it, Stephen.
Yeah,
you know,
or say something
I
like,
can't really go where you are, and you know, we have stuff to be doing. I'd rather you weren't like lying in bed for 3 days.
That's a good point. Yeah, I think the whole fact that
you should be able to say it.
Like I've been able to say, look, there's 3 days a week you're absolutely dying. Like this is just not.
No.
It's not sustainable.
If you're in love with someone and they love you, you should be able to have honest and open conversation. Not, you know, not hurtful stuff. And it's not a judgment thing. So, I mean, don't wait till he's really pissed and you're shouting at him and you're annoyed. The thing is to say to him, look, see those few days, we kind of didn't get to do very much because you weren't great. Is there any chance?
What I do in that situation as well, a lot of the time is like I drink gin and tonic. But what I do is I'll have a gin and tonic and then I'll have a sparkling water. And then I'll have a gin and tonic. So I'm going every second one. And, you know, and people don't notice because it's just clear.
No, they don't.
But
unless they're paying for it.
Yeah, exactly. Like during rounds, it's a problem. But like, I think that if you're going out together in situations like that where you're worried about him getting hammered, it's worth sitting down before you go out and go, what are we doing here tonight now?
Yeah.
Is this are we on the lash or are we setting the lines?
Yeah, and I think as a couple you should be able to have that conversation, you know, and it's okay. I mean, if he occasionally gets hammered, it's not a big deal, right? If it's an occasional thing, if it's happening all the time, you might need to address it, because down the line that's going to become a problem between the two of you if you're not in the same space as that. Even if the two of you go out and get hammered on a regular basis, it does become a problem eventually, because the world doesn't exist with people just getting hammered all the time. Stuff has to get done, you know.
Well, that's it. Like if you have like kept yourself so that you're ready to do stuff the next day and then you're just cancelling stuff left, right and centre because he's just not able. You know, it should be a case of you decide, okay, what are we doing tomorrow? Are we like, is this going to be a big night or is this going to be a small night?
Yeah.
And if you see each other like tipping the scales a bit, it's okay to go,
come on, let's hide or whatever.
You know, let's have a Coke.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's probably not as big a problem. And you might find that he might be relieved if that conversation comes up, because he might feel a bit pressured if he's among other people. It's just, you get in the rhythm of people. I have a friend who says she's become less of a drinker because she hangs with me, but not because she's not having as much fun. It's just because I don't drink very much. You know, she kind of, it's not that I inhibit her having a drink, but she just is having a good time regardless. So she's got out of the way of it. And I think what happens is when you're young, you might go on the lash on a regular basis. But I think as you get older, you kind of get out of the way.
It just takes longer to recover.
Yeah, it does.
And as well, like we also forget that there are all of these little things you can say that make people, you know, they lay off. You can just say, oh, I had a big night last night, I can't, I'm dying. Or, you know, oh, listen, we'll be up at the crack of dawn tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, and usually if you're not drinking in situations like that, and I usually am, people they just accept it and move on.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
You know, they're not really, nobody is looking about whether you're drinking or not.
No. They're not. And actually, when it comes to their round, they're really grateful you're not. But, you know.
But I think Niamh is right in that you need to be able to say this to him, Stephen.
But don't wait till you're annoyed with him, and don't wait till he's like dying of a hangover. The thing about it is just have a chat and say, look, we're coming into the Christmas season, it's going to be a bit mad. Sometimes I find it difficult because, you know, I might need to leave earlier than you because I don't really want to go there. You know, and it's okay to say
that's grand. Yeah,
you know, I mean, if he loves you and you love him, why is that a problem? It's not a problem. You just say what you need to say.
If you set a plan for the evening, and he can stick to the plan,
it's fine.
Then I think there isn't anything to worry about.
Yeah.
But I think if it's a situation where you say, okay, listen, we're going to have 3 drinks tonight, it's not going to be a late one, it's going, you know, and then every single time you say that, it's turned into something else.
I know.
I think then there's a problem. Then there's no harm in, you know, talking to somebody more professional.
Yeah, but speaking as the non-drinker in the group, right, I have to say, it's also my responsibility to make sure other people are not feeling like I'm standing there judging them. So, you know, don't be giving them the judgy face. Go. "Oh,
No, this is all gentle.
yeah, it's all very gentle.
Gentle.
It's not important. I don't judge anybody. I don't think about that. I get in the spirit of it. And then when I feel I can't go where they're going, I go, I think it's time for me to go home. And the reality is the majority of people who are looking for the lift home come home with me. But more importantly, they kind of get, this is where the fun ends. And if they want to stay, then that's no big issue. That's it. And you shouldn't make it a big issue because it doesn't need to be unless it really is an issue. And that's a different conversation.
Different conversation and not one that can be handled by a comedian on a Eurovision.
No, but I'm really looking forward to the follow-up in the new year of this.
Yeah.
And some sort of photograph of the two of you on the lash. No, I'm joking. I'm not really.
Just be Stephen taking a selfie beside a corpse.
I know.
Well, there we are. We have another problem, Niamh, from Sadie.
Sadie.
Sadie says, Dear Niamh and Gearoid, thanks so much for all the laughs during the year. It has been absolute tonic to have you and Niamh in my ears every Monday. This year has been particularly shite as my marriage ended in February.
Oh,
I'm sorry about that. I was blindsided as I didn't see this coming. We had been married for 2 years and thankfully didn't have any children. He just told me that he wasn't in love with me anymore and he left, and that was more or less that. After it happened, I went home to Ireland for 2 weeks and I stayed with my parents. I don't know why you do something like that. One thing's not bad enough. But
now that's unfair. That's unfair.
But at the end of that time, I was itching to get out.
I bet.
I bet you were.
as joyful as our parents are, I'm
Hiding
sure.
in the back of a milk truck.
Oh my God, Sadie.
At the end of that time, I was itching to get out and back to my own life and friends.
Yeah.
I'm still very upset about it. And I know that Christmas is going to be tough because it will be tough anyway. But also, I'll be getting lots of sideways glances from people and people will be asking if I'm okay. I just want it over with. There is a part of me that wants to ignore Christmas altogether. But I know my parents would go nuts if I didn't go home for Christmas. Love to know what you think. Thanks for all the laughs. It's cheaper than therapy. It is. Especially if you're not a Head Stuff Plus subscriber.
And we're very cheap.
Very cheap. Very cheap.
As we've already demonstrated, except you're a gin and tonic person. That's a little
Gin
bit more
tonic person,
expensive. Any particular gin?
I like a Hendrix.
Oh, darling.
Hendrix with elderflower tonic.
Wow.
And maybe a sliced cucumber.
Wow.
Sadie, this is shit.
Yeah, it is a bit shit.
It is a bit shit. And do you know what?
And it's soon. It's very soon.
It's very soon. So I think what you need to do is you need to get in front of this, right? Mm-hmm. And I think this can be something in the family WhatsApp group. And it can just be, listen, I'm coming home for Christmas. I do not want endless conversations about my relationship,
the tragedy,
my breakup, the divorce.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair enough.
No,
because I think
so.
what will happen is you're going to see loads of people over Christmas.
Yeah.
And I guess being divorced or being, your relationship having broken up it's the folk memory that they all have of you at the moment.
Yeah.
This is the thing, it's the first thing that'll come into their head when they see you. And this is the thing that they're going to feel they should talk about, even if they don't particularly want to talk to you about it.
It's the elephant in the room, isn't it?
Exactly. And I think what you need to do is you need to get in front of it and say, I'm not having these conversations. I don't want people to address it with me. It's nobody's business. If I want to talk about it, I'll talk about it.
I agree.
And I think really clear. And then all of the, like if you're upset over Christmas, because we all get upset, because Away in a Manger is a very fucking boring song.
I thought you were going to say it touches something inside.
No, it doesn't. All of those shit songs that they're just on left, right and centre. And they're all just designed to claw at your heartstrings.
Oh
and
my
those
gosh.
ads where like there's reindeer running down the street and then there's snow falling slowly and you're like, it's just to sell a bloody supermarket. Like, give me a break. It's a time designed around melancholy. So even if you are at the top of your game, if your life is wonderful, you will have your melancholy moments over Christmas. And what you don't want is somebody clutching your hand and looking at you and going, don't worry, you'll find somebody else. And you say, no, I don't need somebody else. I have a vibrator. Thank you very much. You just need to take control of this, right?
Yeah, no,
because
I agree. There's
at
nothing
the moment,
worse.
You're handing control. Like, and I can understand it. I can understand why you're doing this, Sadie, because you're just like, oh God, everybody has this little piece of the story.
I know.
And everybody's going to want their pound of flesh. And you need to just take control of this and do it today in the WhatsApp group and say, none of your bullshit, please.
Okay. Well, there's two things I'm going to say. There's nothing worse than tilty head syndrome, as I call it.
Yeah.
And, when I see them coming towards me at any given moment, I'm like, I'm allergic. Sometimes I can take it from people, you know, but do you know what I'm going to say? One of the things I'm going to advise you to do, Sadie, is to tell them to listen to this particular podcast, right? And subscribe if they want. But I tell you why, because I'm going to say something to all of your friends and family. The best thing that anybody ever said to me years ago was, do you want to talk about it or do you want to just get on normal life? And that's the question she asked me after a particular event in my life. And I thought to myself...
When she lost the Eurovision in 2010.
No, shush, move on. Move on. I have moved on from that. I don't know what your problem is. You can't let it go. It's worse than Sonia.
When I cry,
it's for myself.
it's because I lost.
This is my friend. This is my friend here, Sadie. Anyway, so what I'm saying to you is, sometimes you got to say, listen, it's shite. It's absolute shite. But you know what? I'm okay. It's okay and more importantly, it's okay for me to feel all these things. You're coming up to New Year's, which is going to be a nasty thing. I hate New Year's. It's like one of my absolute pet hates. Set the ground rules. You're right, in the WhatsApp group maybe, but actually sometimes face to face, because you're not going to catch everybody on the WhatsApp unless you've got multiple WhatsApp groups. But you know, you know, it is true. I think, to be fair, you don't want people walking around on eggshells around you. You know, make an odd joke about it if you want, or whatever. Let it happen natural.
As well is have your out.
Yeah.
Like, have your line, whatever your line is, so that when the granny that doesn't give a shit decides she wants to have this conversation,
push it in your face.
Just say, it's not for today. Or it's...
It doesn't suit me.
I'm absolutely grand. It doesn't suit me to talk about it. And like, and make sure, and when they say that, do not give them the opportunity to say something after it.
No.
It's like, listen, I'm not talking about this, and then just go get a glass out of the press.
Yeah, look, or you can say, I really appreciate...
Or take a Christmas pudding and ram it in our face.
Well, you could try that, preferably not unlit. It's okay to say, thank you for your concern. I'm home.
Shove your concern right up your arse.
Yeah, but that's the inner voice says that. Inner voice says that. Outside voice says, thank you for your concern. I really appreciate it. I'm not living that while I'm here.
Dance at your funeral, bitch.
It doesn't have to be the old lady. I just want to be on behalf
we
of all the old ladies.
We all know who it's going to be.
Okay.
We all know who it's going to be.
Sometimes it's random people that you don't expect it to go.
I thought you'd be married by now.
I was, briefly.
I think you need to be clear about this. And I think what you need to do is you need to be... This is a bit of preparation.
Yeah.
And listen, it's a couple of practices.
You're going to have to go through your, you know, obviously you're going to have to go through the anniversary of the divorce. You know, when he came in and said it to you, clearly he blindsided you, which is very unfair, you know, and I feel sad about that, because there's nothing worse when you think everything's lovely.
Yeah.
But, you know, what you need to focus on now is who you are as a person. Come home and to the place where people love you, or
Yeah, and you know what, listen, don't be afraid to come home and like open the little black book. Who's around?
Hey.
Have a little sniff. See what's going on.
Have a little sniff.
You know, it's just a little sniff around. See, they'll go down the local.
Sometimes you say things and it surprises me.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's an emotional
come home,
time.
You know,
and don't be afraid to look for connections.
You know, you just come home looking killer and amazing, and go down your local and go, hi, I'm exotic now.
Yeah, do you remember me? I live somewhere else now, and guess what? I'm single.
Yeah, the other thing I'm going to
say, and then put a whole pint glass in your mouth.
Or, you know, swallow the whole pint and we'll go.
Yeah, exactly.
That's impressive.
Yeah, exactly.
No
Stephen, don't let your boyfriend listen to this bit.
But you know what I mean? Yeah, please. But do you know what I'm thinking, really? You know, the thing is, not only were you blindsided, but also because you live away, perhaps all your friends were kind of a lot of joint friends and stuff like that. So that must be quite difficult, you know, because you've created a whole home life elsewhere from your family. Yeah. But you know what? You have an escape after the Christmas, so don't be worrying about it. Even if they are doing the serious Tilty head, you can get out.
Yeah, exactly.
And do you know what? Take it as an opportunity to kind of desensitize yourself to it as well. You see the funny side of it in some ways, and allow yourself to grieve through it. Because actually, grief loss is a really difficult thing to get through, and we all get through it whatever way we can.
Yeah.
And so just because, you know, sometimes people think divorce is not loss, but it is completely loss. It's a loss of your way of life. It's a loss of everything. So,
of course it is.
You know, allow a little bit of sympathy, because they'll want to hug you and mind you. It was probably they mightn't be as bad as they were when you first came back.
And don't be afraid to get upset. But get upset once.
Yeah, and then sure... Yeah. You know, find the laugh.
Don't do the whole thing of like trying to look at his Instagram page on Christmas Day.
Oh God, run away!
That. Don't be doing anything like that. You don't need anything like that. Every time you feel the need to do that,
you know,
go out and ride someone that you used to see when you were a kid. No, and the standard is low here.
Yeah.
Standard is low.
He's not a forever friend.
They're not forever friends. These are just itch scratchers. That's what these are.
I know. We love a little itch
to get you
scratch.
through the Christmas.
Well, I think that's very good advice.
I think. I think.
So basically, Gearoid is telling you to ride all the way through Christmas.
Look, why not? It's the season of giving.
Just play Mustang Sally in your head. Ride, Sally, ride, Sadie, ride.
Exactly.
Look, we're not
Never a
making
truer
light about
word, Niamh.
we wish the very best for you.
But no, but what's important is, and the bit that you've got to take from all of this, because I know we've been very facetious,
yes, we have a little bit.
is strength.
Yeah, you have strength.
The resilience. Just find the resilience.
Yeah, no, but she already has. She's gone back to her life.
Yeah,
She
exactly.
hasn't let him. She hasn't let him, scare her off into back home to mum and dad forever.
But what you're afraid of here is the situation being out of control, because all of these other people can like hit you with little bullets over the Christmas. But don't be afraid to be a bit Wonder Woman about this.
Yeah.
Deflect the bullets with your bracelets.
I love this with the bracelets.
Yeah.
Use your inner Wonder Woman. It's true, actually, to be fair. I mean, I think
Strength.
To be fair, you have strength. You've already done all the hard bits.
And also say to your brothers or your sisters as well, like, when Auntie Frida comes in and starts bawling her eyes out, and it was awful, we remember the wedding, just make somebody drag her out of there. Like,
give them the job.
Give them the job.
Delegate.
Like, you need to enlist your little soldiers here, right? Because
the other thing that might happen is it may not be as bad as she thinks. It might be
it
briefly.
absolutely
It might
won't.
be the first day.
It absolutely won't. And somebody will say something, because it will happen.
Yeah.
At least one person will say something.
Yeah.
And what you need to do is you need to shut that down.
Like
and
a light.
You'll be so proud of yourself.
Yeah.
That'll be the difficult one, but you'll be so proud of yourself once you've done it.
Yeah, I
and
know.
it'll be easy for the rest of the holiday.
Anyway, someone else might have a minor crisis before then.
And by the end of it, they'll be going, no wonder we left her.
Yeah, I know.
Look at her. God almighty, she's like nails. That's what you want.
That's it, Sadie. Go for it.
It was wonderful to chat to you.
Always. I love talking to you.
It's just, it's a gift.
I'm really sad we're taking those 2 weeks off, to be fair.
I'm not, Niamh. No, enough's enough. Enough's enough. 2 weeks off.
That's
We'll be
great.
back on the 8th of January. Now,
Yeah.
there's another we'll be doing next week.
Yes, you'll have
And then
next
we're
week.
gone to the 8th of January.
Yeah. So start the new year.
Yeah.
And then
Starting
you
the
can
year
bring
right.
in all the new
Niamh, I'm gonna be
projects.
all different. I'm going to be so different with them. They'll be shredded.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no,
We're
I'm gonna
back
be
in the
gorgeous.
shred.
Yeah, I am. No, I'm on it now. Yeah, I'm going to be gorgeous by after Christmas, because Christmas is the time when people can traditionally lose weight quite easily. You can subscribe to us on Headstuff Plus. We would love you to become a subscriber. It's agonyrants@gmail.com if you want to get in touch. We would love your problems. We'd love your stories. We'd love your... we wouldn't like your criticism.
No, but we'd like your money.
We'd like your money. Headstuff Plus. Vintage Rants comes out every 2 weeks. Our merch is on sale.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful totes.
Limited attention.
Limited edition mugs.
Yeah.
And
So if you want them, get in quick.
and we will chat to you next week.
Bye.
This show is part of the Headstuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with Headstuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.